Hi, well, thank you for tuning in. My name is Shea Frank, and today I wanted to talk about something, and it's something that I kind of stumbled across on YouTube. Pagan or Wiccan, and this Wiccan pagan thing, they're sort of kind of into the witchcraft and casting spells and stuff like this. I'm not into that at all. I just do not want to get into anything where I might release some kind of demons or wake up some evil spirits or something. So, thing was that I do know about paganism, and I believe in like pre-Christian pagan stuff that or a lot of people know that our Christmas and stuff, they took over existing pagan festivals and traditions and stuff, and that's where our Christmas comes from, and Easter as well, as all pre-Christian pagan festivals and traditions. So then I looked into this Wiccan stuff, and various different YouTube videos that said, well, you can do this, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, and you could want to if you want to cast spells, but you don't have to. And there's all these different things about having an altar and what you need for the altar, but you can do this, but you don't have to. So, well, that's really nice, they're really telling you this is possible, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So, well, okay. I've been, and I have other videos, I've been doing health stuff, and I got into essential oils, and I burn incense sticks, and I started making my creams, and this is like about more than 3 years now. And I thought, well, when I do my meditation or a relaxation exercise or something, I have candles and I have my incense sticks on, and I keep pointing over there because it's at the end of the coffee table, and I thought, well, that's very similar to their having an altar and their rituals. And there was this cauldron and a wand and a robe, and then, like I said, there's one nice video with, oh, but you don't have to have this. You don't have to have this. You can, but you don't have to. So I'm at the process now. It's like and this is just the last couple of months. We're in June of 2020. It's this last few months that I've been working on this ideas and putting things that I already do into what they do, and and then it went on to their fests. So they do what they call Sabbath or Sabbat, which is like the Jewish Sabbath, as respecting the Sabbath day, the seventh day. They call them Sabbats or Sabbaths as well, and their festivals land on like the summer and winter solstice and the spring and the autumn equinox, which are kind of landing on Christmas and Easter and the 1st of May. The May Day holiday is one of their fests. So there's a lot of similarities between religion, though I don't like the word religion, landing around about the same time. So I was seeing similarities in lots of things that I already do, and that is why that brings me to what I'm trying to start now. Is kind of well, okay. The Wiccan or the pagans talk about a book of shadows. You should make a book of shadows. The word shadows I didn't like. I just said shadows is too much into their black magic, darkness, and in the shadows it's not light. You're hidden, and there's a bit of mystery about a book of shadows. So I wanted to call it something else, and I thought, what's the opposite of shadows? Or what's the opposite of darkness? Well, light. So I have started to create for myself a book of enlightenment. The word enlightenment also brings to mind Illuminati, because Illuminati comes from illumination, enlightenment, but it's still not. I want to get away from witchcraft and casting spells, and I want something which is the opposite. So my book of enlightenment, I've started to do one, and I did get from YouTube videos, obviously, and various websites which these Wiccan pagan people have, and what kind of all goes into your book of enlightenment. And they talk about a coven. They're all in a coven. Now I know in one website or something a few months ago, they tried to say that the word coven comes from Old English, Middle Ages, kind of when they were burning witches and stuff. But actually meant something like a village or a group of people, like a community. But now, just the other day, I looked up this word coven, and I just find only coven is in association with a group of witches. Even in my dictionary, I couldn't find the word coven in the dictionary. So it's not just a simple old English word for a village or a small community. Actually, is only in association with witches. So I don't want to call my thing I want to start a coven. I want to get away from anything that's related to witches. And I thought, well, what do I want? Is it what do I want to call a group of people? Well, I've said the word community, but I came up with the word shelter, anyway, a shelter, because I associated a small village or community with a group of people, maybe a sanctuary, but a sanctuary was like too much like, don't know, I didn't want a sanctuary. I have decided to call my little community that I want to grow a shelter, a protected shelter. This is the word I've came up with to get away from witches and covens. And so that is enough for today. I just want to do a short video on where I am right now, and then my next video I would like to go into more detail about my book of enlightenment and what comes into your book of enlightenment, and there are various different things like the altar, what tools you need on the altar, and so that is what I'm going to do in my next video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to tuning in next time. Bye.